I've thought a lot about this. I usually tell people to write to their congressmen and urge them to put North Korea in the front of their international relations agenda, or to ask your representatives to insist that human rights in North Korea is put on the same table as the nuclear arms negotiations. That's one thing. One of my people he runs an organization called Free North Korea Radio. He's the man who was talking about loading corpses into the trucks. His organization could use support. If you go to the website for the film, Kimjongilia.com, you will see links to his organization. There are organizations that help refugees. I also, I had forgotten, but at a number of the human rights conferences I've attended in the last few years on this subject, there is a group of people who are preparing, an indictment of Kim Jong-il, which I think would be fantastic, and that's why I was especially thrilled that Christine Chung would come to this screening. If there was a way to start promoting that idea around the world, that this is a human rights criminal, that he deserves to be indicted for crimes against humanity, I think that would be a great thing, and would be a great help to the North Korean people, because word will eventually filter into them that that's going on.
The center?
What words would you use, or how would you characterize the Bush administration's policies last 8 years towards North Korea?
I don't really want to comment on that. I mean,
What was the question?
the question was, how would I characterize Bush's policy on North Korea? He did what he did. Clinton tried engaging North Korea and negotiating, and Kim Jong-il went on building his nuclear bombs. When he's confronted, he turns his back and blames the person who's confronting him. I tend to put the blame on Kim Jong-il and not on Bush or Clinton or Madeleine Albright or any other person like that.
What would you hope the Obama administration, if you could give them advice, what would you tell them?
If I could give Obama advice? Like I said, I want whoever negotiates with the North to insist on human rights. Insist he close the camps. That would be number one for me. Close those camps. It is intolerable that a society would raise children in captivity to be slaves and also be in control of nuclear arms. This is intolerable.
Woman in the back.
How did you find the individuals that you interviewed in your film?
I've been following this issue for a number of years, and I go to, there have been annual conferences supported by some of the Korean organizations, something called, what's it called? The Alliance, right, the Alliance from Citizens Alliance, yes, thank you, Robert. They've been doing annual conferences around the world on North Korean human rights, and they usually bring refugees to testify, so I've met a number of them there. And then through the Citizens Alliance and other North Korean refugee organizations, I've called, I've asked, can I meet so-and-so? I'm looking to interview a person like this. Is there anyone who's gotten to Seoul recently that I could interview? And people would recommend each other, and that's how I did it.
Down front here.
I am interested in buying a copy so I can spread it around, maybe around school. Is that possible?
It's not possible yet. I hope it's going to be possible very, very soon. This is, we just barely finished the film and we're here, and this is like the very first time anyone's seen it.
It's a it possible if I can get a card afterwards?
Absolutely,
So I can contact
sure.
you?
Back there.
I was just interested, if you could just briefly explain the first agricultural decisions that led to the food crisis, and has there been any recovery? I mean, are they still in a state of total famine?
The famine comes and goes. It hasn't been as bad as it was in 1994. That was the very worst part. But, if you look at the news about every 8 months or so, you'll see a little thing from the UN says that North Korea is about to go into famine again. Their agricultural policies are not unlike various 5-year plans that were put forth by Stalin, and then by, Stalin starved the entire Ukraine, and then Mao Zedong starved half of China, and it's just the same kind of thing. It's just very poor policy. They also don't have very rich land, but they have, of course, blamed the fact that they had famine on the fact that the U.S. cut off their oil supply so they didn't have fertilizer. I mean,